Hey everybody, I'm Kristine and here we are on the yoga mat again on our year of yoga journey. We're going to start with some deep breathing techniques this morning. I'm just going to inhale for a count of 6, hold it at the top for a count of 2, exhale for a count of 8. For a count of 6, holding for a count of 2, exhaling for a count of 8. Just go at your own pace. And then leaning the right arm on a 45-degree angle in alignment with the knee, reaching out and bringing the left hand up and over, and then bringing the left hand out on the same angle as the left knee, bringing the right hand over the left, back over to the right. One round of breath here, and then on the exhale, sitting up, inhaling to the other side. A round of breath here, and then back to the right. One more time on the left. To the middle, leaning forward and then pushing back, so our head, chest and then lower abdomen comes forward, and then we push back in the opposite, abdomen, shoulders, head. So we're getting some fluidity happening here down the spine. Crossing the legs over each other, taking the hands wide, inhaling as before, exhaling as we rise, and then on the third one, staying down, keeping the arms wide if you like, otherwise you can hug the knees. Dropping the head back, opening the chest towards the sky. Coming down onto the forearms if that feels good. Pressing back up to the hands. We're going to swap the legs over. And then again, 3 motions down and then up. Third one, staying down, feeling that stretch through the glute. And then pressing up, taking the hands behind the body. Leaning back, dropping the head back, coming down onto the forearms if you want to. legs side to side, just stretching out the lower part of the back. Creating some heat. And then using our hands and our feet to lift the bottom off the mat. Just letting it hover. And then taking the right leg long, left leg long. And then bringing each leg back in, sole on the floor, and then stepping the legs out again, still holding the body up off the mat. Just running through this a couple of times. I should be starting to feel some warmth through the arms. Hugging the knees into the body, just balancing on your bottom. Toes are pointed. Coming straight into downward facing dog now. Pushing the heels towards the mat, and then just bringing each knee towards the face, untucking the toes, stretching each calf that little bit further. Coming into dolphin pose now, keeping the hips high, legs are straight. The head is just hovering above the mat, and then just tapping each leg out to the side on a 45-degree angle. Working the abdominals here, as well as the legs and the arms. High plank. And then bringing the right foot forward, turning to the side of the mat, keeping the legs wide enough so that you can touch the ground. And then grabbing the shins. Slowly rising, bringing the feet in closer together, coming into star pose, and then just taking opposite hand to opposite foot, right hand to left foot, left hand to right foot, twisting the upper body but keeping the lower body square on. Hips as we bring the feet together, coming into tree pose. So you can start with your foot at your ankle, at your shin or calf, or on the inside of your leg. I'm going to move the hands around a little bit because we want to test our balance or challenge our balance. Just move them around in whatever position you like. Placing the hands on the hips, bringing the right knee forward and up, and then tilting the body towards the floor, taking the right leg back, coming down parallel, planting down through that left foot. And then bringing it through, coming back to standing, doing the same thing on the other side now. Choosing where you're going to put your foot. And again, we're going to challenge our balance. Hands at prayer position at our heart center, taking them above our head, and then taking them wide, coming into mudra. Hands on our hips, knee forward, taking the leg back, maintaining that stability through the right leg this time. Feet together, hands down by your side, Tadasana. Dropping the shoulders away from the ears, embracing the core, turning the thighs in towards each other. You can close down the eyes as well if you really want to challenge your balance. Then reaching up, hands above our head as we bring our hands to prayer position, bending down, folding our upper body over the legs, and then placing the palms of our hands underneath the balls of our feet, and then pressing down with the feet as we pull the arms straight, stretching the shoulders and the arms as well as the back of the legs, and then jumping the legs wide again. Reaching for the shins. Pulling the upper body closer to the legs. Maybe even using your hands to pull the body even further. Back to the top of the mat. We're going to rock back a couple of times to massage that spine, and then we're going to rock up on the last one and come into yogic squat. So finishing with the legs wide, feet out on a 45-degree angle. Palms together. Boat pose, holding, pointing the toes, and then slowly getting the chest and the knees further and further away from each other, and then lowering to the floor, coming into reverse tabletop. I'm just going to hold this pose here. So really going through each part of the body, embracing the core, pointing the toes, making sure it's a 90-degree angle along the calf and the hamstrings. Flat back should be flat against the mat. Trying to get the hands flat. And then hugging the knees in. Taking the legs long. savasana. I'm going to be here for about 5 minutes. 5 minutes that are completely and utterly all for you. So enjoy this time that you've dedicated to yourself. And I'll let you know when our time is up. to start deepening the breath, coming back into the body, maybe giving yourself a hug, and then taking your time to come back into the seated position as we close out the practice. Taking a moment to check in, see how you're feeling, and then raising our arms above our head, hands together at our third eye. May we have kind and loving thoughts today. As we lower our hands to our lips, may we speak kind and loving words today. As we lower our hands to our heart, may we have kind and loving intentions today. Wherever you are in the world, be all there. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.